What's up folks, it's Brett, and when I ask you what you think the smallest Nerf blaster is, what do you say? Maybe the Nerf Jolt, a tried and true classic over the years at this point, many variations of this, prime, load, fire. I mean, pretty good for what it is, right? Maybe you think even smaller. There's been a Mark Rober video recently with a teeny tiny blaster that I guess technically counts, or maybe you think back to years prior, there was a teeny tiny Nerf style blaster. It was officially from Nerf. It had a little carrying case you could put it in, some dart storage, came with I think 3 little foam projectiles. You pulled back and then pushed forward to fire the dart out the front. It didn't really look like a Nerf blaster, but it was officially a Nerf product. I never got my hands on one because I don't think they were available in the US, so maybe I'll stumble across one day, and I don't even know what it's officially called. Well, recently, I discovered something that would qualify as the world's smallest Nerf blaster. Actually, 3 of them. Behold, the world's smallest Nerf blaster. The title really works on that one, can't argue with that at this point, and as you see here, a officially licensed Nerf product. And yes, it actually works. This is the Nerf Elite 2.0 Eaglepoint. And this is the Longshot CS6, and this is the Rapidstrike CS18. There are 3 of these available. I got these in a 3-pack actually for $25. I don't know if the price will vary depending on where you find these. I picked mine up on Amazon.com. All of them say that they actually work, and all of them include 12 darts. Includes 12 darts? Well, there they are. Rattle, rattle. Oh yeah, there's the entire set, which we just showed off. Typically, I would leave a product like this in packaging and probably display it, but because I want to show them off to you guys today, and for my own curiosity, I need to see how these fire, I am going to open them up. I don't think they're going to be able to go back into these packages, so I might have to buy a complete other set to display. Regrettably, like I said, we gotta cut into these. We'll start with the Eaglepoint. Cutting off the top here reveals the blaster. Scope. Oh, the darts are in their separate package. The bottom here, are those instructions? Or this, oh, that's just, no, those aren't instructions. That's just a list of every little thing. Oh my gosh, every little thing they own. You got my hopes up. I thought we had instructions. Shameless advertising moment, I suppose. They do have a plethora of other world's smallest items. They do have some Super Soaker offerings as well. Maybe I could have found these a lot longer ago. So I think this is the same for each package, so I don't need to check that every time now. They're in their own little compartment because they are in fact teeny tiny. So clearing off some space here. I really dig this. It feels pretty solid. You can see where the paint has been applied for the darts. Those are, of course, not real. The back also just painted on. That's part of the mold. I mean, it looks pretty good compared to a real Eaglepoint. This, of course, is a little extra orange bit up front, but I think that's going to be how it's fired because, oh, that's a little spring. And then you, oh, that's hilarious. You open up this compartment, drop a dart in, prime it back, and then you fire. Big old scope on like that. Now we'll get our super tiny delicate darts out. These will probably go everywhere if I'm not careful. I'm also going to assume these are the exact same for each one. So I am going to only open this one for now, and then we will use these for each of the blasters. They are in fact just plastic with the front painted orange and the body is blue, so sorry, these are not foam projectiles. So alright, we've got the Eaglepoint, which fits in the palm of your hand. We've got the world's smallest Nerf dart, air quotes. Open the top like so, drop your Nerf dart in the top. Wonder if we can actually load 2 in there. Ooh, getting dangerous. Can we load a 3rd? I think so. Alright, close that up. Prime it back. And now, oh, it fired. Prime it again. Oh my goodness. It's got a capacity of 3. All right, so I thought this was a little awkward at first, but now I'm happy. It actually holds 3 darts. It's not just a load 1 at a time. Oh, man, these things are gonna be fun to recover. Now, okay, we have to at least try. Can we fit a Nerf dart on the front, or a Nerf-style dart on the front? Will it even fire? No, there is no power for that one. Maybe something looser. How about a bigger dart? Oh, man, I really thought that would work. So how far do I think these are actually firing? 3 feet? Excellent performance. I'd run that in a war. Let's look next at the Rapidstrike. So this time we'll leave the darts still in the package and the entire blaster comes out. Now let's see, magazine is not removable. Darn. But once again, I would say this looks pretty darn good compared to what they're modeling it off of. I would say what strikes me immediately from this Rapidstrike versus a real Rapidstrike is probably a lack of other colors on the blaster itself. Is it motorized? No. It's just a top loader like the previous one. Does it have extra capacity? That's 2. And that's 3. All right, cool. All of these are 3 dart capacity so far. Oh, hang on. All right, that was unexpected, but that's kind of funny. So you pull the stock back to fire this one. The trigger is also a bit more awkward, whereas the Eaglepoint, even though the trigger is smaller, you can push it a little bit more easily. The Rapidstrike is kind of like crammed in there, and then when you do pull it, like the stock kind of wants to collapse on your finger. I know I'm nitpicking. Which of these would be better suited for your Nerf war? So far, the Eaglepoint. Yeah, the rail on the Rapidstrike is not going to accept this scope, which is a bit of a disappointment. The magazine, of course, juts out, making this pretty much objectively bigger than the Eaglepoint, but it doesn't offer anything else unique. It works still. That's good. But here is the best for last, I am hoping. We've got the front gun, the Longshot front gun there. Big old honkin' scope. That's maybe a little bit bigger than what it's supposed to be. Yeah, okay, this didn't register at first. This scope is huge compared to what it would be in this scale. So scope goes on just fine like that. Man, that is... Imagine if Nerf made their Longshot scope that big in reality. And then this just friction fits on the front. There's no end strike barrel lug. There you go, guys. Now, does the front gun work? It doesn't. Darn it. I thought I was going to get a good deal. But okay, the Longshot front gun looks pretty good. I would know that anywhere. And of course, this is not the original blue Longshot. Of course, this is not the original Longshot blue, but this is one of its next generation colors, the yellow with all the orange accents. This is a nice and shiny stock. I'm digging that with the black handles, so a little bit of color probably missing if you compared it to the regular Longshot. The bipod legs, of course, are missing any color definition there. The scope is probably missing a couple too, but it's got the silver and the orange, so I know exactly what I'm looking at. I think it looks pretty darn good. The legs don't open up either, so this could have been a little bit more easy to display if that did. Oh well. Let's fire. We've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, oh ho ho, we've got 4. All right, well the Longshot's the best because it can take 4 darts. So that primes back, and now I just fired 2. Okay, that was 1. That was 1. Huh. Can I replicate? Oh, I see. The bolt was previously open. Let's see if we can look at that. So when it was back, I accidentally loaded a dart into there. So yes, it was 3 plus 1 already loaded, and then it tried to fire the 1 that was on top of that, hence the double fire initially. So yes, it's the same as all of them, but I really like the Longshot. I think this is the coolest one out of the bunch. It's also the biggest. As far as world's smallest Nerf blasters, it does in fact become the world's largest, smallest Nerf blaster in this collection. They all fire these teeny tiny darts. They all can hold 3 in their magazine. They all work about the same, maybe 3 feet of distance. Would I run that in a war? Abso-freaking-lutely, and I would never get those darts back, and no one would call their hits. So maybe for that reason, I should not run them in a war. Very sad. But if you want to get these as little collector's pieces, little display pieces, I see no harm in that. They are pretty fun to look at. It's neat to admire the details. And I could also imagine anyone who wants to paint these up and make them look even more like the original blasters, or you want to put a different coat of paint on them. I think this is excellent for that. Let me know in the comments section what you think they should make as far as blasters go. The sky's the limit on what they could potentially make. And, you know, for scale, that's a jolt. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Subscribe for more World's Tiniest Nerf Blasters when they make them, and I'll see you next time.